Hi, this is Bill Vick, PF Warrior. Today we're going to learn what I consider one of the great secrets of being a patient with pulmonary fibrosis. And that is, how do you keep track of what the disease is and on top of the curve of what's around the corner to live better, live well, live fuller, and hopefully that magic word of a cure. And today I'm going to be talking to Andy Rosenberg. And Andy has a company called Responsum. He's the founder. He's I'm going to call him the chief catalyst. He's the guy that makes it all happen. It's his vision that has brought this company and product to our community of pulmonary fibrosis. And Andy, I'm going to tell you flat out, I'm excited to talk to you and all that you do. And I wonder if you just take a second and talk a little bit about Responsum and you, and then we go into some other questions.
Great. Good morning, Bill. I'm so thrilled to be with you and with your incredible community of patients and caregivers and loved ones this morning to talk about Responsum for pulmonary fibrosis, which is the first product that we're out on the market with. Essentially, it's a product. It's really a platform. It's a patient platform that is designed to assist pulmonary fibrosis patients with keeping up with the latest information that's out there, not by sort of being a news source ourselves, but by searching the web on a daily basis, providing summaries and article summaries that are vetted and approved by our partners at the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation and their medical team to give patients a really trusted, continuous source of information, so they don't have to search Google every day, wonder whether or not they're keeping up with stuff. And also importantly, we have now at this point about 600 article summaries that we've developed based on this, that are all searchable, keyword tagged, so that when patients sign up for Responsum, they get to let us know what topics they want to follow. And then in addition to getting the updated news feed that's personalized to their interests, they're also able to search through our old library of information on topics ranging from treatment to discovery to diet and lifestyle and travel and spirituality, financial support, all the things that patients and their loved ones go through.
You know, I've been, as we know, a beta tester of Responsum, and I had, I guess, my finger in the pie as far as its development and some of the features and some of the focus. And things that I love about it personally, and that I use it for, I like the ability of creating my own custom news feed. So I'm not interested perhaps in everything that's happening, but I'm interested and want depth on some things. I love that ability. I love the ability that I can focus on trials or news or lifestyle or those issues that might be important to me. How did that come about?
Well, thanks, Bill. I mean, you nailed it on the head. We've been working on this for 4 years. We've interviewed hundreds of pulmonary fibrosis patients in developing this and developing various features of this platform. It's more than just a news feed. There's also what we call our patient one sheet, which is a form. Patients complain to us that every time they see another doctor or specialist, they need to submit another form, fill out another form of all their information. So we have it all in one place where patients can include some of their basic information, print it, email it, save it, update it. And then once you put in your information, that informs your news feed. So if you're on Espriet and you put that in your patient one sheet, articles about Espriet will pop up in your news feed. There is so much information on the internet, it's overwhelming, that we wanted to make it such that this would be a more customized news feed, that the more patients use it, the more it knows what they want and the sorts of topics that they're interested in following, so that folks aren't inundated with more information than they want.
A couple of things you do very well that I particularly like is there's a lot of resources online that have, I'm going to gently call it, questionable content. Whereas your content is vetted not only by your organization, but by the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. So there's a certain stamp of authenticity on what you publish.
Well, one of the things that is becoming more and more of a known trend throughout society is that people are challenged with knowing what they can trust. This whole sort of, the political situation and the behavior of organizations like Facebook and Google and people's concern about data, not to mention all of the intentional misleading information that people put online, so-called fake news and the like. It exists in the disease space with untested theories about treatment and care and stuff that can really be quite damaging to people, in addition to just sort of be misleading and inaccurate. And so patients trust other patients more than anybody else. And we understand why. It's why you've got such an incredible following on your PF Warrior Facebook feed and through your organization. Patients trust the experience of other patients. And as we move, hopefully, from pulmonary fibrosis, if we're successful, into other disease areas, our goal will always be to partner with trusted patient organizations, like the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation in this case, that can provide an authentic, trusted vetting of the information so that patients have confidence in what they're reading.
Well, Andy, you've done just an outstanding job on the concept and the execution, and I'm excited for what's down the road for Responsum, because everything you do really in full payback is really for us, the patients and the families. And I have to say the families too, because what I found, and I know you found this too in your research, pulmonary fibrosis is a family affair. It's not just about the patient. It's about the spouses, it's about the caregivers, it's about the children, it's about friends. It touches many, many, many people. And we look at the patients, obviously, and that's our focus, but it really is a family affair.
So true, Bill. And it's not limited to pulmonary fibrosis, obviously. It's chronic conditions in general. I mean, the reason that I have devoted a lot of the last 4 years to this is my mom had a chronic disease that took her life. It wasn't pulmonary fibrosis. It was another rare condition. And I struggled with her to find trusted information, to harness the internet. I mean, the internet appeared to me like it was this great resource, right, that could help to educate me and empower me as my mother's support system. What I found instead was the internet was a mirage and filled with quicksand. There's a lot of information there that was not accurate, that was not helpful, that was difficult to understand, even if I could get my arms around, accurate information. And so how could I be helpful to my mom, and how could she help to inform her doctors and her care team if we weren't even able to sort of, understand the basic issues involved in the science and the treatment and the symptoms to expect? And so I really built this out of that experience. And it's intended so that while right now we only have patient accounts, originally we were going to have different types of accounts for caregivers and for family members and friends. Anybody can sign up for it. So I encourage that for patients that want to inform their families, or for family members that have a loved one with pulmonary fibrosis, and they want to also be able to keep up to date with information. They want to be able to research or to look online for lifestyle tips or issues related to how do I get oxygen supplies that are right for my loved one, or help them navigate the healthcare system, that they also are welcome to sign up for this. It's a free service. Maybe we should have said that from the start. And it's a way for patients to sort of not be alone in their challenge.
Andy, I have to say, first and foremost, thank you. Secondly, I will put a link in this video when it goes online to Responsum. But just for those listening, what is the URL to go to register for this wonderful service?
Thank you, Bill. Well, just go to responsum.com, and on the navigation bar at the very top, it'll say Responsum for PF. You click on Responsum for PF, and there's both a button that'll take you to the sign-up page, as well as a very short video that explains what Responsum is all about.
And for us that are somewhat word challenged, would you mind spelling Responsum, please?
ResponSum, and it's Latin for answer.
All right. Andy, thank you so much. This has just been a wonderful chat and opportunity, and I wish you great success.
Thank you so much, Bill. To you and all your warriors, thank you.